Today we're going to make bobblehead creatures out of clay. We're going to use a slab, scratching and scoring, and coils to create whatever kind of creature we want for our bobbleheads. The first thing we need to make is a slab. A slab is a flat piece of clay. We're going to take a square of clay and place it onto a piece of burlap fabric. The burlap is going to press into the clay and create a really cool texture. So, like I said, we need to flatten this square of clay. And we're going to do that by pounding the clay into a flatter shape with our fists. Just a couple times will do. Next, we're going to use a rolling pin to roll the slab even bigger. Every time you roll with the rolling pin, turn the clay so that the slab turns out to be an even thickness. Once the slab is about as thick as a chocolate chip cookie, stop rolling. It is super fun to roll clay into a slab with a rolling pin, I get it, but if you overdo it, then the clay will become too dried out to use. Sit out. Now it's time to cut out a large rectangle out of our slab. Use the popsicle stick like a butter knife to cut the clay 4 times to create the 4 sides of the rectangle. Be sure to make the rectangle as large as you can fit so that your bobblehead creature is a good size. We can use the leftover scraps of clay to create the other parts of our creature, so make sure to save those. Roll your rectangle into a cylinder. A cylinder is like a tube. To make it stay closed, you're going to have to brush the clay with a wet toothbrush. This is called scratching and scoring. It's the only way to make the clay stick together. It's kind of like your own teeth. If you don't brush your teeth, they're gonna fall out. If you don't brush your clay, it's not going to stick together, it's gonna fall apart. We are going to use this tube or cylinder to be the body of our bobblehead creature. So I'm gonna get that all closed up, and then take your thumb and pointer finger and squeeze the top of the cylinder together to close the opening. Then take another moment to form it into more of a point. This is going to be the neck of our bobblehead creature, so the head of the creature is going to balance on top. And now we need a new piece of clay to build the head of our bobblehead. So take another smaller square of clay and roll it into a ball. Then turn it into a mini pinch pot by pressing your thumb into the center of the clay. Use your hand muscles to pinch the sides of the little pinch pot all the way around to make it a little bigger. When you turn your pinch pot upside down, you can see how we are going to use it to be the head of our creature. It's going to balance right on top of the body like that and bobble back and forth when you bump into it. Now it's really time to be your own artist and put your wonderful creativity to work. Using the extra pieces of clay from your slab, you can add whatever you can imagine to your bobblehead creature. Are you going to make a robot, a person, a wolf, a dragon, a frog, a monster? Think about what you want your artwork to look like at the end. Now think about what you need to add to your bobblehead's body and the head to make it look like the creature you're picturing. For example, I am going to make an angel cat in honor of my cat who passed away, named Bina. So I'm gonna add 2 eyes, a nose, a cute little cat mouth, using little spheres or balls of clay. And then I'm going to use coils or long skinny snakes of clay to add a tail and legs. Whatever you decide to add to your bobblehead creature, make sure that you brush it with the toothbrush, or else it's not going to stick together. You can also use the popsicle stick and wooden stick in your toolboxes to add texture and more details to your creature. Now it's time to roll a couple of coils or skinny snakes of clay to create the tail and legs for my cat. So I take the clay and I roll it between my hands or on the table to create a long, skinny piece of clay. I'm also going to use 2 more slabs or flat pieces of clay to create some wings to attach to my cat's back. And I'm going to use my pointy stick to draw some designs into the wings before I do. And of course, when I'm ready to attach them, I need to scratch and score the pieces and the body with the dirty old toothbrush. You know you're done when you have a body with a pointy neck, a head to bobble on top, and a bunch of unique special details to make your idea for your creature come to life. Next, we need to let the clay completely dry out. And then I'm going to take the creatures and cook them in my big clay oven called a kiln. And then they will be ready to glaze.